Recording in progress here at 2:20 p.m. So, you want to kick this show off, Al? You want me to kick it off?
Sure.
All right, football's coming in 2 months, so we'll kick this off. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to Here and Now with Cal
And Al.
and Al. Lots to talk about going on in the world. Big decision by the Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge one. Not that I never thought I'd see it coming, but, until Trump was president, boy, when he put that last lady on the Supreme Court, then you knew everything was in trouble.
Oh, yeah. They also made a decision recently to go with the thicker shag carpet in the office. So that's cool, in the courtroom, the Supreme Court. So they're making more than just one decision.
Yeah, so that and the concealed carry gun law.
Yeah.
Now, so you can go.
What's that all about?
Well, that is the Supreme Court said that in New York, you don't need a concealed carry permit to carry a gun.
Well, let's just assume everybody's packing nowadays.
Yeah, so anybody can be packing, and they said it was against the right to bear arms.
Well, they got a 6-3 advantage on the Democrats, so they're going to get what they want, folks.
Yeah, well, actually, the Justice, Chief Justice Roberts is sided with the minority.
Wow.
On the abortion thing. But
I thought it was 6-3.
No, it was 5-4.
Oh.
Now the concealed gun carry was 6-3.
Ah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's things are not looking too good, and especially you've got a lot of young justices on that Republican side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while. They might expand the court. Who knows? I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Oh, well, yeah, the Democrats really messed up when they couldn't get their man in just before Obama left.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah. But yeah, the Republicans right now are ruling the roast. They're figuring out all the rules and how to get by them. And I mean, it's really screwing up things the way they used to be. You used to have, oh, hey, justice dies and you've got enough time to run it through, you would get a nominee through, and they just stonewalled that.
Well, here's a little thing about that decision.
Yeah.
6-3. It says in landmark decisions, the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. The justices ruled 6-3.
Oh, yeah,
that's crazy. So it's totally party lines, baby. Welcome to the party line Supreme Court. But I think it's been that way for a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because I saw where it said 5-4 on ABC News.
That might have been the other one, the gun one. So I got to explain this shirt, though. I have to do that before we can move on. This shirt, Paisley shirt, bought it in 1987 in L.A., loaned it to Lonnie in 2008, claimed he thought he gave it back. 5 years later, he found it and gave it back. So he had it borrowed for 5 years. So it was in a closet. It's lasted longer. Tribute to Lonnie.
Yeah. Well, if 5 more years, it could have got a pension. A tenure.
Squatters' rights at 7.
So anyway, what's going on down there in Longview? Kelso.
Oh, we have a locomotive in the Civic Center. It's a Shea locomotive. They've dressed that up. Senator Jeff Wilson, I got to give him kudos. He's on the other side of the aisle, but that's okay. He's doing things that I like. And he claims he's going to have a physical representation plaque or something for Lonnie. He said that at the Celebration of Life. So exciting things there. And things are going well. They're excited about the 4th, but there's no fireworks at the 4th. There's a laser show, but I think it'll be fine and it'll cost less money.
At Lake Sacagawea?
Lake Sacagawea. They got the new archways put in. They took the old ones down because they were rotten. And they did it, I believe, with no taxpayer money. Thank you.
Now, what was that? What archways?
As you walk to Martin's Dock, there's this giant log archways. Giant.
Oh, okay, I remember it now. Okay.
Those rotted. They got them in the 80s or something. They might have had them before. They rotted, and they just got new ones, apparently with no taxpayer money.
Now, is that at Lake Sacagawea, or is it over by the library?
At Lake Sacagawea.
Okay.
The train is by the library. The train is by the library. There's a giant square.
That train.
Used to be. What?
I think I remember that train.
Well, and one thing about the train, there used to be, R.A. Long built a train track and had trains come in with supplies right in the Civic Center, right in front of the Monticello in that street.
Yeah.
So Jeff Wilson is into trains, and he did that. So that's cool. And then the archway was done by a group of people, and it was done with no taxpayer money, I believe. So there you go.
Now, what's happening with the train? You said it was decorated?
They just cleaned it up and fixed it up looking good. Kids can go play on it with appointments and stuff because you can't leave it unlocked. Sorry.
Yeah.
Modern age.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we're doing that. And the 4th is exciting. And yeah, there's nothing too crazy going on around here.
You going out to the 4th with anyone?
I'm not doing a lot of 4th stuff. I might go to the lake for a while. I'm not a big holiday guy. I treat every day like a holiday.
Oh, okay.
That's corny, but it's all I got.
Yeah. So I think I am working on the 4th. So I have the
bummer.
4th, let's say, working. The 5th, I'm off. The 6th, I'm working. I have the 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yeah. Oh, I want everybody to know my hands are normal size. They just look big in this angle. So, and a lot of questions. We have one viewer, I believe. We should check sometime, see how many. We're on YouTube now. I think in July we'll probably get on that Facebook Live thing. We'll talk about it.
Okay. So
back to could we go back to the abortion decision? And so it'll kind of divide the country into states that allow it, states that don't. People, apparently you could leave the state, get an abortion. I don't know all the rules. It's going to be weird for a while.
Yeah, it could be a little bit more violent too, with that people wanting the laws to change from abortion to non-abortion. And, let's say here in Washington, you've got definitely an eastern side of the state, which may try and get rid of any abortion sites on their side of the state, either legally or violently. You never know. So that could be bad.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Washington might get more business because people come in here.
Yeah.
It's possible. We don't know.
Yeah.
Canada may, who knows what Canada does? What's their rule?
I couldn't tell you. Tell you.
At my age, I'm not really, it's not a personal thing with me personally, abortion, but it's for some people it's important. So I respect that.
Yeah, definitely women, and there's always, it's either one way or another. You can't really say that all women are for it when there's
it's about half, I think.
Yeah. So
half are pro-choice, half are not. I think it'll just be still up to the individual, and they might have to leave the state. They might realize their state's not what they want.
Yeah.
Both ways. Washington people might move to Alabama because they're thinking Washington's too pro-abortion. It'll be interesting.
Well, I think they're expecting people to use birth control, but the problem is not everyone can afford it unless the government decides to go ahead and make it somewhat free.
Well, you can afford abstinence. I hate to sound corny.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
What could? It actually could.
Probably. I don't know if that's how they got 2 billion people in China.
Well, I saw a thing, actually, Lonnie and I watched it about 4 months ago, and it was about how when Roe versus Wade passed, 18 years later, crime is down significantly because less unwanted babies were born, less crime, violent crime. So that was an interesting statistic. It wasn't a pro or anti-abortion thing. It was just a statistical deal.
Yeah, and it's when you think about it, it's going to be worse for the environment. More people, more pollution.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks for finding the silver lining there.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's a silver lining.
Hey, I was going to say, I was being sarcastic. I'm back to, we haven't got to it yet, but the Golden State Warriors coming back and winning the title after 2 years of despair. They did it the right way. They built their roster with the right players, role players. They got passing. They got Draymond Green, who averages like 8 points a game, and he's a starter, plays 40 minutes because he's a cog.
Yeah, and I think they have the right a way of building a team. You get the good players, you keep the good players, and they're not all looking to get the most money that they can, because if they did, you'd have Steph Curry leaving.
Yeah, and he took less money in the past, Curry. So he's kind of the key guy in that thing, the hub of that team. And Steve Kerr's smart. And the management's incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just doing it the right way. It's not a super team. And bringing in Andrew Wiggins, a troubled player who is seen as a bust, and turning him into a winner because he's a role player now. He's not the main guy.
yeah, he doesn't have to be. And the thing about it is, when you have that many good players and they're not all looking to get max deals, you've got the ability to keep them. And also then, you can build a team, a team that works well together, knows how each other plays. Sort of very Brady-esque, the way Brady always will go ahead and restructure his contract and say, hey, we got to get this guy. What do I need to do? Or how much
Yeah.
do I need to take a pay cut to get this guy?
Also Brady-esque in the sense of the Brady Bunch, a team, putting together a team. That's a stretch, folks, a deep stretch, a long stretch. So, I was going to ask you what you think. I've been working outside of my roof a little bit, but I've been doing like 15 minutes of work, come back in, douse off, and don't work as much during the day, just little tasks. How do you beat the heat?
Oh boy, usually I'll do a lot of stuff in the morning, or I'll maybe do it in the evening after it cools down a little bit. Like last night I went ahead and watered the lawn, because I like the lawn to have water on it all night long.
Yeah, it's a good move.
That
Don't
way-
do it during the day, obviously.
Yeah, well, you do it in the morning, then it burns off, and so it doesn't really get as much. I think the grass doesn't get as much use out of the water, because half
Yeah.
of it's gone very quickly. But yeah, boy, I don't know. Just in the morning, I try and do it sort of early, normally before 10 or 11, and then sort of take the mid-afternoon hours in, maybe head out either after dinner or just before dinner when it's cooled off. And I've got like a backyard where it's shaded in the afternoon. I can work there, and then I can work in the front in the evening, the late evening. Yeah. So
Yeah.
how am I looking? Is this a good light?
Yeah, you're looking good. All I worry about for people is make sure you're framed. I think I'm framed pretty well. Got a little bit of headroom, centered.
Am I a little bit too low?
It's all on your positioning. If you know how you're going to sit, and then base your frame on that.
Well, I'm trying to get the hat in, but it seems like my hat, the A.
I lift my computer's on a thing about 2.5 inches, 3 inches high, so it gives me a slight down angle to get the
Yeah.
hat.
I've got like a yoga block that I could put.
Yeah,
in.
it's actually a fake book. It's a box. It's a fake book. It's this thick. Anything this thick, like a steak. No,
And
just
then it'll
kidding.
come down. I'll have to think about that. That's actually a good idea.
Couple
Because
dictionaries.
people,
Come on.
I have to sort of do this.
You got a Funkin' Wagnalls encyclopedia. I suggest using that. I'm a bit of a consultant for Zoom. I'm a Zoom consultant.
Oh, okay. And Funkin' Wagnall.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's going on tonight? We're probably gonna just have some dinner with Scott and Angie. They are going to Chicago on, I believe, Wednesday. So they'll be there for the weekend to visit her family. And
Yeah.
Scott's gonna go ahead and meet some of her other family. He met her parents when they came out. And Pam's gonna go over and figure out how to take care of the cats while they're gone. So
Oh, wow. Well, I got to figure out how to take care of my cats when I do go to Seattle. And it's been pushed back till after the 4th, probably because we're heading into the 4th. I figure I'll get my tasks done, come in after the 4th on a day you and Keenan are available. Maybe spend the night. Got to take care of my cats. So I got 2 cats.
yeah, well, just have one person come in. Is there anyone in town you can trust?
Why don't we bring them? I got a truck, put them in a basket in the back. Is it too crazy? No, let them have a night. It's just a day and a night. We'll be back the next day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that should be fine. Just give.
We might even do day trip. We might come in the morning and stay till 10. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, you've got, all you have to do is make sure they have plenty of water.
Yeah.
And then
And food one time, and I got a litter box in there. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
I got to learn this domesticated stuff, be a domesticated person.
Well,
The bachelor, I'm still a bachelor, but I don't want to live like a bachelor, eating over the sink, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, Angie, she is a vet, so she knows about how long they can be left. And
Yeah.
she said, yeah, probably, just come over every couple days, or
Scott's girlfriend, Angie, she knows that stuff, gives you the
oh, yeah.
instructions.
Well, yeah, she's a vet.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, your bookshelf's perfect. You got a great background. Some people buy fake ones, these wall pieces they put on that are fake bookshelves. Yours is real. Could you grab one book just to prove it's?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Hold on for a moment. See, right
And you
here.
might, if you have an encyclopedia or something thick,
Now,
you could
see,
put
right,
it.
now, see right there, there's actually books behind the books.
Wow. You got any like a giant Bible or an encyclopedia that could be under your computer?
Well, let's see. Hold on.
And I hope my sound is good. I have no way to know until after the show. Do you watch the shows I send you?
I haven't figured that out yet. I think I have to go figure out a Google account.
Go to your Facebook. Go to your Facebook, and I have messages I sent to you, and you just hit it, and it goes to it.
Well, no, it said I had to go to have a Google account because I did that. Let's see.
Okay, so work on that.
Move my desk back.
Yeah, I like this. You got to get set up. So, do you have any big encyclopedias or anything?
Oh, I've got.
We're helping him with a technical thing.
Just give me a moment.
An upshot from his camera because the computer's low, so we're gonna bring his computer up. I got like I said, a fake book under mine. You learn something every day, kids. So people are excited about the 4th of July weekend. The pandemic is, for all intents and purposes, over. There's a few people wearing masks out there. Doesn't seem to be any problem with it. Yeah, I was at a party last night, probably 25, 30 people with a live band. People were talking. So seems like we're opening up. The world's opened up and we're out having fun. My friend Brian Johnson has a boat, but I haven't gone out on it yet.
Okay, well, this one's pretty big. Total Baseball.
Total Baseball. It's going to be good luck for your
1998.
Total Baseball. Roberto Clemente had 3,000 hits. Exactly, is what I heard. Okay, did you know that Stan Musial had the exact 1,815 hits left-handed, 1,815 right-handed for a total of 3,630. He was the ultimate switch hitter.
Well, did you know, very interesting, he led every major offensive category in 1 year, I think, except for maybe base on balls.
Wow.
But he had like not base on balls, triples. So he had the most singles, the most doubles. He had batting average, home runs, RBIs. He had
runs,
on base percentage,
runs scored.
Yeah. So he had everything except, I think, triples.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and didn't get the MVP. No, he did.
Jeez.
Let's see. So I'm going to pull it a little bit closer now. Okay. How's that look?
It looks good.
Better?
So you got any summer reading going? You reading any books or you're more of a TV
I just
guy?
read Peter Frampton.
Oh, wow. Peter Frampton's book?
Peter Frampton's book, yeah.
Wow, I want to read that. I read Rod Stewart's. It was incredible, and Springsteen. So yeah, I'd love to read that.
Yeah, I got that for Father's Day. I got that in Led Zeppelin. So
he owned a period from mid 1976 to into 77 summer even.
Yeah, and he his manager screwed him over.
Yeah. One of my favorite songs of his is not Do You Feel Like We Do or I Do or whatever. I like that, but my favorite is Shadows Blown So Long Before My Eyes and They're moving across. Baby, I love your way. It's so seductive and sultry and summery and beautiful. It's one of the greatest songs ever. Peter Frampton. We'd like to get him on the show, Pete. We'd even like to get another guy named Peter Frampton that's not him. We'll take that. We know we got to start small.
Well, he had his farewell tour, I believe in 2020.
Yeah, but he
Because he has muscle disease, not
yeah,
ALS, but one that isn't fatal, but
yeah.
his muscles get weaker and weaker. So he's had more trouble playing the guitar the way he wants to play it, and also just ability to stand, because if he moves and feels weakness in his leg, he falls over.
Yeah. So he just had the farewell tour.
Yeah, yeah. And then
But I heard the breaking news is he had the farewell tour and he left, and then he realized he had left his iron on, and he has to go back and have another farewell tour. That was a lot of work for a crappy joke, folks.
well, yeah, well, that's his thing before shows was to iron his pants.
Wow, that's weird. He had the coolest pants.
Yeah, but then
Which were big in the 70s. Pants and hair in the 70s, and even shoes. Man, it was crazy. Shirts, wild shirts, fashion in general, crazy clothes, disco era.
well, when the Rolling Stone, their head guy had an Italian photographer come in and take his picture. He hated it because one, he made him look too cute, no shirt, that kind of thing. And then the article, or not the article, but the cover shot was titled "The Pretty Power Rocker."
Yeah.
He didn't like that.
It seemed a little effeminate too, almost female-ish. He wasn't into that because he was just a down-home guitar player, likes to write songs, put songs together. He's just he's not fake like the people start thinking.
Yeah, that's what they were thinking. But he said he believed the hype for about 3 weeks, and then after a while it was like, shit, man, this is getting old. I can't even walk out of my hotel room, and without getting attacked.
Yeah, he was getting mobbed.
But yeah, his manager pretty much stole a huge chunk of his money, and then
That's terrible.
Didn't have anything. Yeah, but he had got a new manager eventually that actually took him to solvency, where he got him had ideas that he came up with, which were really good. He actually had one of the first tours before the Eagles, which was a 35th anniversary album tour for
Frampton Comes Alive.
And
Frampton Comes Alive, one of the greatest albums of all time.
Yeah, he played every song on the album, except not in the exact order.
No.
But and then of course, the way they play it is, since it's a live album, you're doing so much guitar, solos and stuff, you could never duplicate it. So almost every live show that you said is unique, because every solo is going to be unique. He didn't memorize any of the solos. You just do it when you're up there. You do it, you feel like you do. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I really like the book. I'll probably try and get through the Led Zeppelin one. That's a little bit longer. That's more like about 600 pages. So
yeah. Well, let's show the people. Frampton Comes Alive. There's that cover. See that cover? He had that hair. He liked that. He had the cool lighting around it. Yeah. And so let's look at the track listing.
You know what? The light on the left.
Oh, sorry. Just a minute. You want to go back to it?
Oh, yeah. You see how there's two lights?
Yeah.
The one on the left is fake.
Yeah, it's painted on. It's artwork or something. That's funny.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because
let's go to it's one of the biggest albums isn't it the biggest live album of all time?
I don't know if it is anymore.
It was.
It's not even in the top 10 anymore. It's probably, down there about 50th or so, because, there's.
Well, yeah, but at the time, as a record album, physical.
It was the #1 album of all time. Yeah. But then you had Rumors, and then you had Saturday Night Fever, and then of course,
Thriller and all that.
Exactly.
So side one is Something's Happening, the intro. Remember something? All right, something's happening. Doobie Wah, Show Me the Way, a hit, and It's a Plain Shame. That was some of his non-hits were pretty darn good.
Yeah,
Side 2, All I Want to Be Is by Your Side. That's really good.
Yeah. Well, the interesting part also was this opposite side 1 was side 4. So side 2 and 3 were a disc. And
Oh, wow. 1 and 4 together on a record album.
Exactly. And
Wow.
also it was only going to be a single album. And the guy who was the head of A&M Records came in and said, love it. Where's the rest of it? And he goes, what do you mean?
Wow.
He goes, you know, the other side. And he goes, well, it's just a single album. And he goes, no, it's got to be a double album. And so they had to go back out on tour for about 4 weeks and record again. And then they came up with what they wanted to do. They had to select which songs, because they played all the songs each concert. So they, okay, is this the one? Oh, here's the best Feel Like I Do, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, and then he also picked out the album cover too.
Yeah, that album cover was awesome.
Well, they were like, how do we do this? You know, here's this picture. And, you know, well, yeah, that picture doesn't quite work for me that way. And I don't know what to put on the other side. And the guy came in and said, well, where's the photo? He looked at the photo and he goes, oh yeah, just have it wrap around. So when you pull the album, it's just like that, you know, nobody's going to care. So anyway, that's how that happened. And yeah, a lot of little nuances and little tricks that they did.
Oh yeah. And over time, he escaped the image that he was a manufactured rock guy. He got over that. People figured it out.
Well, yeah, I think the more that they saw him and such, they were like, oh, you know, and they didn't really see his shows as much.
Yeah.
Until he started playing like smaller venues, like where you go to Emerald Queen Casino and you'll see Heart or something like that, you know, where they're playing smaller venues and more people can see them in more clubs. And they were playing like 200 shows a year, but they'd be small venues. And also what was happening too is that by playing those smaller venues, they could go ahead and play with newer music, not only their old music, but their newer music, and people were more readily acceptable versus being in a venue where you're playing 100,000 people.
Well, like this picture, if you can see this picture, look at that crowd he's playing for. That's incredible.
Yeah, that was either, I think maybe JFK or RFK.
Wow, that's amazing. So yeah, cool. It's kind of fun to talk about the old music. I like new music too. It's just I don't have the connection to it because when you're young, you're at a party, a kegger, or you meet somebody, whatever. You have connections at 17, 18. My age, I just enjoy a good song if it's new. I'm not against it like some people.
Oh no. As long the only part I don't like is when you play a song, but you have old music to it that has nothing to do with the song. And that's like, you can't get the original song out of your head.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, I know what you mean. Sometimes it works though. Hey, we're about a half hour in. Should we wrap this beast up?
Yeah, I think we're good. So maybe we'll converse by text some new ideas or what we need to do and such.
And right we will
just sort of BSing, but it's going pretty well because
I like it.
As much looking at our notes, trying to figure out what to talk about.
Yeah, it's here and now. So it's working. Whatever we think about. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. And thanks for listening and watching our show. You've been watching Here and Now with Cal
and Al.